Recreation Station. My name is Coy Ainsley. I work at Carter Cave State Resort Park. Today we're going to tell you how to stay safe while you're hiking at your Kentucky State Park. Alright folks, so when you plan on going hiking, you should take some things with you just to make sure that you're going to have a fun, successful hike. So I got a little backpack here, and I'm going to pull out some items and talk to you about some of the things I might take on a hike with me. So depending on where you're going, I mean, some of these won't make sense or whatnot, but you might be on a lakeside trail that has a lot of open canopy, and you might need sun protection, so you can either bring a hat or maybe some sunscreen with you. Sometimes, those pesky critters, maybe some bug spray might be a good option to help repel some mosquitoes, maybe ticks or something else that you may not want near you while you're hiking. Some other things, people may plans to go hiking and they don't realize how long it's going to take them while they're on a trail. And sometimes that may push into later areas of the day, maybe even getting into dark. And definitely when you're used to a time of it being dark, it definitely gets darker in the forest before it does in open areas. That canopy really just makes it darker pretty quick. So a flashlight would be good. A headlamp is a good option, or a handheld flashlight. Either one will work, but I always have those with me no matter when I'm hiking. Even if I'm just planning on a morning hike, it's something I just keep in the pack. Another item that might be helpful, water. So definitely pack water, a water bottle, and you probably should pack more than you think you're going to drink. In some cases, if it's a longer distance hike or something, you might take a water filter or something along those lines. But something else that's important, and my son definitely likes this one, is snacks. So, crackers, Slim Jims, granola bars, whatever. I got mine in a little crush-proof container to help protect it. As far as dressing for when you're going hiking, the best thing to wear is synthetics. You don't really want cotton, and definitely layer your clothing. You really don't know what's going to be comfortable while you're hiking. So start with a short sleeve shirt and then maybe a longer sleeve shirt, like a synthetic. I got one here, because it is getting a little cool down here, so I'm going to put this on first. There we go. Alright, that makes me feel better. But definitely always take one more layer of clothing than you think you're going to need, just for protection. Something else, because you never know when it may pop up. A raincoat or a poncho or something along those lines will help you too. Other than that, I got my little water filter here, just in case. And in case you do get out on a trail and you may be there longer than you expected, an emergency blanket is something good to take. So I got one here, so that'll help keep you warm in times whenever you're not planning on being out as long. Then you always have the option for making fire too. I got a little kit here that's got a fire maker in it, an additional flashlight, that type of thing. Or you could always take something a little more extreme like the torch. But fire is good in a situation that might become an emergency. Okay, so these are just some things that you can take on a day hike or whatnot to make sure that you're going to have a good time and everything goes well. Folks, we're sitting here at a trailhead sign. You'll find all of these signs at the places where you can access our trails, where there's actually parking to park your car and get on our trail system. This shows you a few things. It shows the length of the trail. It shows that it is a loop trail, so it will start here and come back to the same place. And it'll show that the terrain is a little hilly. It's for hiking. It's not for biking, horseback riding, or ATV use. So take that into consideration whenever you're going for a hike. You want to choose what kind of hike will be good for your fitness level. You know, if you're not used to hiking and this might be your first time, it's a little different than walking on asphalt in a parking lot or in a mall or a situation like that. Especially here at Carter Caves, our terrain is ups and downs quite a bit, which can take out a little bit more energy, be a little more exhausting. So definitely choose the one for your fitness level there. Plan ahead, know what the trail does, if it's a loop where it comes back to the same place, or it might be a trail that goes out and comes back, or it may intersect with other trails. So really do your homework ahead of time, get that map, study what we got out there, and definitely do what's going to be right for you the first time, because we want you to enjoy hiking, and maybe it's something you get to continue to do through your life. Well, this looks like a good spot I can tell you about Trailblazers. So we have a lot of different trails here at Carter Caves, and some of those trails intersect with one another. We want to make sure that folks know how to stay on the trail that they plan to hike. So all of our different trails are marked in different colors. This is what we call a Trailblaze. They're about the size of a dollar bill, and they're painted on trees along the trail. So whenever you're planning for a hike, research your trail, find out what color the Trailblaze is, and keep your eyes open for that. And that'll keep you on the trail you want to be on. So something else that we use to help people navigate trails, we have a little intersection here, and at those intersections a lot of times we'll use signage to familiarize yourself. This is a section where people can come in from the lodge to access the Three Bridges Trail here. So you can see the sign says the Three Bridges Trail. It is a 3.5 mile loop trail. And then it gives you a couple of significant points that you might have of interest in how far they are away. Smoky Bridge just being a 1/4 mile that direction, and the campground being a 1/2 mile that direction. So signage is also a good tool for us to keep you on the right track and let you know maybe about how far something is from where you're at. All right, folks, just a couple more things of information here to make sure that you have a successful time on your hikes out on your Kentucky state parks. Definitely, when you're planning for a hike, you want to let somebody know where you're going. What park are you going to? What trail do you plan on going on? And roughly what time are you planning on being out of the woods? Then, of course, when you're on state park grounds, we want to leave no trace while you're here. Like pack it in, pack it out. Take nothing but pictures, respect wildlife. There's a lot of beautiful things on our Kentucky state parks that we want for generations to come to see. For an example, right here beside me, we have a beautiful orchid. It's the pink lady slipper here at Carter Caves. But once again, I want to thank you for joining us for Recreation Station. This is Coy from Carter Caves. And while you're out, make sure that you're taking pictures and photos and sharing them, #Carter Caves. But thanks again, and we'll see you next time.